let's say that you had a little bit of insight to see a click, a tweet, post, whatever you want to call it, and you like the player, you researched them, and lo and behold, the Bears drafted them. Around here, I don't call that a guess. I call that tracking your delivery, man. You are attempting to make sure your package, i.e., player that can benefit your team, is adequately and properly dropped into the fold for you. I mean, and what better way to try to compound that and find out if it works other than us get into a mock draft? And we got to have the opportunity to, deliver the package per se. We tracked it. We shopped for it. We identified everything we wanted. Now we go out and order. Now, right now, it's delivery on that. Can we go out and deliver on drafting and comprising a team of draft picks or draftees based on our top 30 visits that we have went through with players for the Bears right now? We are going to enter into our mock draft room. That mock draft room will allow us the opportunities for trades, back, and trade ups. I will periodically give us some poll questions so that we can decide whether or not we want to proceed with a trade or move along. But without further ado to it, we are going to get into some mock draft madness. So let me first get there for you and tell you what we're going to use. Mock draft hero is going to be what we use out here. And I got to restart my draft because I was well into something over here, getting it going. As a matter of fact, just because I will finish this up in a real rushed way. I had an Allen running back, so Roman Hemby will be selected really quickly for us. And let me I don't even want to show y'all that because it's not a real draft, but we do got we do have it for you there if you want to see everything that we had going on. And what we'll do is move me to the other side. Go ahead, let it ride. About to do this. Can't say the word. Let's ride. We on the mock draft. And you see the aftermath. About to go through the draft. Jihan to go and laugh at yourself in the fucking mirror. About to see this shit real. Who is Scoop? Who is Scooby Williams? Scooby. Scooby. Jamarian. All positions is what we want to see. Real quick, before we get into the last one, I might as well, because we got a couple draft picks here, so let's go ahead and make them. Interior, is you fast or no? Oh yeah, that's what we on, Caleb Douglas. We're going to get us a Caleb 6'3", 206-pound wide receiver. And then we're going to see if we can get us a Scooby-Dooby-Doo. Just because your name's Scooby, you on the squad, buddy. Kalen Black was still available, but we didn't want Kalen Black because I don't like him. And where's my guy Scooby at? Did I miss my guy Scooby-Dooby-Doo already? Yeah, he way down the list. We'll take Nadamus Tucker. And we should be done. I don't think we got any more picks, but we got a lot of the picks matriculate down the board so we can be done with them. That will wrap up and we will get into our actual draft. But why not finish that up as we're using Mock Draft Hero as the draft site of the day. So if you want to do mock drafts for your team, you can set the amount of rounds, you can set trades or not, so on and so forth. And we will show trade aspect of this for our team just so that people can get a understanding The Bears, in this instance, selected Zion Young in the first round, AJ Halsey. Right after that, Grayson Holden, Romello Height, Caleb Proctor. So we went all defense in our first 6 picks because we finished it up with Harold Perkins at pick 116. We went to the offensive line to get a left tackle. Drew Shelton was the pick. We went out and got another linebacker. We did not get a center like a goofball because we let all of them that we liked be drafted. But in the end, we got a wide receiver, another edge, and the running back. So I think even though they won't give us the whole, what do you call it, grade or breakdown of it right now, they did give us that much of, they gave us enough to be happy about. Right now, they got some rendering going on as they save my image for me, so I appreciate that, and we move along. So now we back. We are brand new in the draft. We're going to start the draft. Get everybody back to the top of the board so we can see everything that's there. When Mendoza and the likes are all there for us. I'm not changing my team, but I had to go ahead and see that. Reset the filters. The app is going on. Now I want to reset that board period because I want to see updated names. And there we go. We got updated names there. We're going to choose our team. Our team is, in fact, the Bears. Close it up. And if we will, we're going to get started right here, right now. So let's see what we got going on, everybody. And this will go, I'm assuming, fairly expedient. So let's hope we can power through as we wrap up our Sunday edition of Top 30 Draft Visits and a little bit of mock madness hosted by your boy. Hit the like button. I like this little beat. It's in my head. Falk is off the board at 20. Methodor off the board. Now the Bears have 3 trade offers here, so let's go through those. But before we do, we'll go through who's available. Dylan Tyneman is available right now still. Offensive tackle Caleb Lomu. Defensive lineman Peter Woods. Emmanuel McNeil Warren. Safety from Toledo. Edge TJ Parker. Caden McDonald. Cassius Howell. Caleb Banks. Zion Young. Malachi Lawrence. Those are the guys I think that we still have available out here for us. So we're going to look at these trades and see if anything might make sense for us to trade back. Let's find out. So right now, I can already say we're going to reject a trade from Pittsburgh because it's trash to start with. And it's stupid. So right now, the Steelers want to get our 25th pick, our 89th pick, and 129. And they want to give us their 2nd round pick, a 5th round pick, and a 1st next year. And you know what we say about that? Get out of here. Don't care. Next, the boys in New England want to give us their 31st pick, their 95th pick, and 171st pick for pick 25. Won't lie to you, I'm kind of interested in that trade right there, as I do think that a person like McDonald or a safety will be available for us. I think McDonald will definitely be available for us by 30. Or even Caleb Banks. I'm not opposed to either one of them. So that's a trade I really like right there. Like, they get 25. We get pick 31. We drop back 6 spots. Still in the first round, no less. And we pick up a 3rd rounder and a 5th this year. I really like that. And then the last one is with Buffalo. We can drop back 1 spot and pick up an extra 5th. So, T-Miles, we taking one of these deals here. It's going to be either the offer from New England or the offer from Buffalo. Now, I'm leaning towards New England. But of the two, which deal would we take? Let's see. If we had to come up with a well, you know what I didn't do over here? I didn't add in the opportunity for a nice little hider. I need some of that right there. Yeah, I need to take that for a minute as I give you a nice little poll question. Poll question. There's plenty of those, sir. Yeah, we definitely gonna come away with a lot of starters. Now, while we do this, let's go through some of the options that now we're looking at the safety position. So for safety right now, you still have Dylan Tyneman available. You still got Emmanuel McNeil-Warren. You still got Kamari Ramsey, AJ Halsey, and Jason Kilgore. Not to mention Jalen Kilgore. Now, Kilgore is somebody, and mind you, this draft is going to be focused on a lot of people we scouted or had in for a visit. So we did have in Jalen Kilgore for a visit. So Kilgore would be our initial safety read when it comes to coming away with that guy, just based on who we guarantee they had in for a visit. But which one of these trades are we gonna come away with? Boom. Because I think, let me see, and we ain't gonna waste too much time. In the interest of time, we're gonna see. Hey, I think somebody will agree with me anyway. So We ain't gonna wait. We don't got time to go through the whole wait. The whole T-Mouse, we got no evidence that they had any visits with either one of those guys. The guy they had out there was Kilgore. But in the interest of all positions, Caden McDonald is the top available draft pick left for people that we want. And as much as I would like to take a Cassius Howell or a Zion Young, Caden will be the pick based on top 30 visits. Let's make it. So Caden's pre-draft 32. We got him at 31. Remember, BPA based on our top 30 visits. We're trying to go through our top 30 board with our draft this time. And then once those people are gone, then we have to adopt the best player available. I totally agree. Now, you do have your boy AJ Halsey available right at the moment. We will look at these trades and see if there's an opportunity for us to come away, because they do need a safety. So I'm worried about San Francisco perhaps trying to get to him before 60. But let's look at what they're trying to offer. So Seattle wants to give us a second and a third for a second and a fifth. Houston wants to give us the 59th pick and a 5th round pick. He said he knows who I want. Tampa wants to give us a 3, 4, and 5. I'm not interested in going back that far, Tampa, even though we got another pick in this round. Houston is a 59. They want us to go back 6 spots here and pick up a 4th. They want us to go back 2 spots and pick up a 5th. So I'm trying to see. Let's look at the safety position available first. So think about it. You got AJ Halsey, Kamari Ramsey, and Kilgore both and let's go back to the board, because I do believe that real fast. Yeah, so Jalen Kilgore and Kamari Ramsey are both people that the Bears have looked at. So we will set our sights right now. We're gonna set it on Kamari Ramsey. But what we will do is this right here. We are gonna look at this trade again. I believe it'll be do I want another 3rd or a 4th? We already traded with New England. That's my cuz. How you feeling? Juice Drops Entertainment. Now I'm trying to figure it out. Do we move back 6 spots? Because we're still picking at 60. So we still might be able to get Halsey at 60. And I'm pretty sure we'll have the ammo to get a Kilgore. We're going to go back 2 spots and pick up another 5th. So we'll take Houston's deal. No, sir. You how that went? See how that went for us right there? Look at this. Would you look at this? They want to give us a 3rd, a 4th, and a 6th. They want to give us a 3rd and a 4th. They want to give us a 3rd and a 5th. Now, New Orleans is probably going to get this deal. But let me see. Because we pick at 60. What do Houston need? New Orleans don't need a safety. Yeah, New Orleans don't need a safety. So, since they don't need a safety, we're going to get back what we just gave up. Wait, let's make sure it wasn't them. Yeah, they don't. And there we go. I got you, T-Mouse. We cooking, baby. We cooking, T. I ain't gonna take it, but I want to look at it. Long live Devin Hester. All right, let's get back to the board and who the Bears have been looking at. So, people that's available. The Bears have looked at none of these guys that I know of. I did look at Kamari and Romello. When do I draft next, though? 89th is when we draft next. And we need an edge. So Danny Dennis Sutton and Romello Height. Danny it is. We picked Cade McDonald. We picked AJ Halsey. And we picked my boy we just picked up right then. Danny Dennis Sutton. Oh, they just took Romello right ahead of us. They took Romello right ahead of us. No thanks. No thanks. No thanks. Kieran Crawford, LT Overton, Anthony Lucas, and Tyrese Sapp. If the Bears look at any of these guys. Man, let me see. Did we look at any of these guys now? I can't remember. R. Mason, we looked at. Renee Conga. Renee Conga is probably going to be the only person left still. Right there. So that's what's going to be the problem. Let's even see where Renee Conga is slotted. You got to be pretty low down, I think. You ain't even on the board. So you may... Is he gone already? Well, it won't be you. That guy's gone. We still need to get some edge rushing help out here. Let's do a little scouting report. 4.8 for LT. You kind of slow. Alabama guy. Disruptor for Alabama. 9.5 tackles for loss. 36 tackles, 5 sacks. Okay. Twitchy athleticism and leadership. Just one of them Ryan Poles things right there. Oh, you're right, man. We did get Danny Dennis Sutton. We do got an edge. We do got it. We do have an edge. But this dude got 43 quarterback pressures. According to PFF, his consistent ability to collapse the pocket from the edge. So there we go. You weren't on our radar, but Kieran, think you coming home with us. We got interior offensive lineman, offensive tackle, cornerback, and linebacker still to get. So let's look at the linebackers. Let's look at all positions first. Let's just do it that way. So we still got Kamari Ramsey, who was a part of the board. And I'm almost inclined to draft Kamari just because. Or they do have Julian Neal that is on the board right now at cornerback. That can help us out. Jalen Kilgore is still available. So the safeties that they wanted us to get are still available while we try to stick to the board. Let's not deviate from that particular. Even if this is not the draft that would, I guess, set us on fire, we still want to be able to see if we can keep up some of those names. So in this instance here, I think we will take a cornerback because a cornerback like Julian Neal, who has been reported to have a top 30 visit with the Bears, is still available. Cornerback is a need, and we will have other opportunities to go back into the well for possibly somebody like a Kieran. It won't be him because he'll be gone. I'm certain of it. Devin Moore is a good corner at 6'3", 198. So I don't want to get rid of the thought that we couldn't look at a guy like Dalen Everett in Georgia. But those guys haven't been reported. Julian is a guy who's been reported to have a visit, which makes me want to draft him off of that need alone. And I think for that reason and that reason only, Julian Neal's next guy off the board for us. Now, right now, we are at pick 95. Kieran is still available. Logan Jones, the interior offensive lineman. Let's see. So Logan enters the draft process as one of the most decorated interior linemen in the country, winning the Remington Award as the nation's top center Unanimous All-American, Jones also earned first team Big Ten honors in 24 and 25. Started 50 games, elite consistency and leadership. Strengths include extensive experience, improving reliability, and a high-volume rushing attack. Gotcha. Logan Jones is the center, who we're referring to right now. T. Miles. Now, mind you, we still have, in terms of that position, the guys that the Bears have interviewed would be Parker Brailsford, Yeager Burden. I believe that's the only people I could think of here, because everybody else is yeah, everybody else drafted. So Yeager, Parker, and make sure a real quick referral. Yep, Brian Parker as well. All of these are centers that we're speaking of. Everybody I'm talking about right now is a center position. Tennessee is offering a position, but I ain't going to do it. Eagles is offering a 6th round pick to move up 3 spots. So right now, Logan Jones is 99 in the database. Key Wheatley is a good player, but not on the board for us just yet. Brian Parker, another guy that is, I guess, set to be a tackle in this league here. So we'll look at that right there. I think we still got a couple good positional players there. Offensive tackle, I do believe we'll have a Drew Shelton, if I'm not mistaken. Drew Shelton is the guy that's still available for us there, along with Brian Parker, as I spoke of. So our defensive options right here will be Kilgore, Crawford, Devin Moore, somebody like that. But I believe we did all we wanted to along the line here. Happy Easter to you, Ken. What's going on with you, my brother? Julian Neal's the cornerback we just got. So we trying to figure out what we picking up next. If this we pick at 95 right now, 95, and we pick at 129. Now they say we need a center or interior offensive lineman, I should say. So far, Ken, we got Caden McDonald in the first round. We got AJ Halsey in the second round. We got Danny Dennis Sutton in the third round. And we got Julian Neal in the fourth. What we are attempting to do is, based on the top 30 visits that we've had, we are trying to draft those players that have had top 30 visits primarily on the team And if they are not available at such a time, then we seek to have best player available to keep up with Ryan Poe's theory there. I'm not drafting no receiver in the 3rd round. Not happening. We don't even need one. Now, what to do? I like that pick because I think somebody will try to trade with us again. I think yeah, that's the equivalent. Hey, I ain't watching no games or anything, right, Ken? Honestly, it's a long season. I'm trying to get so wrapped up in the minutia, but eventually we have to unpack what is the Chicago Cubs right now. Now I am interested, I think, in taking Philly's offer and seeing if something can shake for us. See if we can get a better offer at the end. So we're gonna see what they take. They wanted kill gores and stuff like that. He said one of them let's look. So Elijah Surratt is the guy that's a wide receiver from Indiana, 6'2", 210. They don't talk about his speed out here at T Miles. Yes, you need receivers. You don't have to get them in the 3rd round. That's what I said. Yes, yeah. Just the 3rd round. It's not late round. He said, I get it. Coleman can line up in the slot right now, but we're looking at Jay Walker and Buddy from Detroit. I dig what you're saying. I'm saying you don't need to spend such high draft capital on your 4th receiver because however we look at it, nobody you draft is coming in to be one of your top 3 receivers. So you don't need to spend 3rd round capital on a 4th or 5th receiver. Injury or anything else, you wouldn't spend that amount of capital on somebody that good to be your insurance replacement. Nor would you spend such high capital on somebody that is there to learn and be there just in case. For example, Jade was a good depth piece last year when Rome went down. We got Jade as an undrafted free agent. We didn't go spend a 3rd round pick in anticipation of somebody to get hurt. And so, yes, I know what you're saying. I'm just speaking of the draft capital that we have to spend on that. I don't think that we should be drafting a wide receiver in the 3rd round because that would imply to me that you are a starter. And at that point, that says that you pushing everybody behind Rome and Luther with the rookie if you draft him that high. And I don't think they value a wide receiver That I could be wrong, but I don't think they would draft one so high. You know, right now is just what I'm saying. That's all. And so, one last trade. There we go. All right. Ken. So they did a top 30 visit for 2 tight ends. T Miles wasn't having none of that shit. T Miles said, ain't no way, bruh. So Jaeger Burden is the guy that's on our draft list. Right now, we pick at 108. I don't want to get too far away from that. We still need a linebacker, according to them. And, you know, the line needs to be addressed. No. I kind of like this San Francisco trade right there. We dropped back in the 4th round because right now nobody's standing out to us for who we're going to pick. And if we go back right here, I think we can get a wide receiver and we can get a linebacker. Or maybe linebacker and another person on defense, but yeah. Oh yeah. We did talk about that, T Miles. We did talk about that with Smythe. You're right. We did talk about that. You're right. What Miami trying to give us? Miami want to give us 4th, 5th, and 7th. No, I think I'm gonna go with San Francisco. But let's look at the board one more time. So Jaeger is gonna be available for us allegedly, in theory. Let's get off of that. Let's go to the offensive tackles to see who we're gonna have. Brian Parker is a guy that has already been kind of heavily looked at. And I'm wondering if he's going to be there in a moment. And let's look back. They visited a couple of wide receivers. They visited a lot of wide receivers, I should say, Ken. They did a visit with some running backs. They did a visit with some offensive linemen that's still out here, a couple of them in particular. And so we're going to see if we can get some things done. And I think this trade right here with Frisco is going to allow us to get everything we need to be able to wrap up the day. So let's go ahead and see how that one goes. We'll accept that trade. And let's see what comes about. I'm wholly fixated on seeing if Brian Parker is still available at this point. He's off the board, just went off the board. Yee. So we got Emmett Johnson. Sam Roush is the tight end they looked at as a blocker. Zane Durant is still available. Caleb Earlams or Parker Brailsford. Okay, so I'm thinking we're going to look at Brailsford, perhaps. Oh my God, Jaeger Burton's still here. So besides Jaeger, we got a opportunity at a steal here in Zane Durant. I think we're going to get that because I need that. Pittsburgh, no trade with you. No trades with you, Pittsburgh. We need a linebacker. So let's look at the linebackers. Jimmy Rolder is still available for us. We're gonna attempt to select Jimmy Rolder. We will also attempt to get maybe a Caleb. Elam's Aura. Now wait a minute. Detroit needs a linebacker, a safety, interior offensive lineman. Pittsburgh, you better not be full of shit, G Honda. Zane Durant's coming home with us. G Honda ungrateful. He don't know how to have a good tight end. He always want more. He want more. You gotta be happy. He always want more. Now, Dejon Striblin is 6'2", 207 pounds, and he is a guy that the Bears brought in for a 30 visit. 6'2", 207-pound wide receiver out of Ole Miss. Runs a 4.36, 10-inch hands, 10.7 broad jump, and 36-inch vertical. He is a guy that is on the board at a spot slightly under where we are going to select him right now. He is going to be the next 30 visit in 135. I would anticipate being the center of choice, which would be a Jaeger Burton coming up. So here we go. Dejon Striblin will be our draft pick at 132. We got a wide receiver. That's a speed receiver. Go over the top. Don't care about it next year. So no, sir. And we are going to look at a so Jaeger is going to be there for us, I believe. Do we here take a linebacker that is higher ranked than what we want and still attempt to get the other one? We got a 4.4 40 out of him. 130 tackles. 11 for loss and 4 sacks. 11 tackle performance in the Alamo Bowl this year. He said he's a high volume tackler tackler, recognized for sideline and sideline range and instinctive ability to stop the run. His draft profile is defined by elite pursuit speed and a consistent motor that makes him a primary playmaker in the middle of the defense. And at this old age of mine, this guy's coming home with us. So there we go. Caleb Elam-Zor off the board. God damn it, they took Jimmy Rolder. Literally took Jimmy Rolder right after us. And that was my guy I wanted to get as a Bear 30 visit. I'm so annoyed with that right there. Oh, I'm so annoyed by that. So Jaeger, you off the board right now. I'm so annoyed with that right there. God. Justin Jefferson, linebacker from Alabama. Roman Hemby, he was in. Monte Capehart. Drew Shelton. It's going to be our draft pick here because that is too good to pass up at left tackle. 6'5", 313. I think he is just a mammoth of a player out there. Third most snaps. Now, what makes me shy away from him is that he won't be immediately available because of a late knee injury. So then it gets you looking at a guy like a Austin Barber from Florida, 6'7", 318. He got to improve his pass pro. He allowed 2 sacks and 13 hurries. Cole Payton is somebody that I heard we brought in, but let's get back to a couple other spots out here just to make sure. So we need a offensive lineman is what they say we need left, and that's everything else is what we want to pick up afterwards. So let's see what we might have left available. Ethan Kalikmanis, we might look at if we still got anything. We'll look for Kalen Black and Seth McGowan. We will look for Dan Villari. Dan Villari seems to be the guy we're going to look for, and we may look for Antonio Thompson. So let's get out here. Defensive lineman. Let's see if Antonio is still here. Renee Conga, we had a visit with Renee, so Renee will be somebody that's available for us that we will look at a selection for to keep with the board and draft some guys that the Bears brought in. Running back, we will see Seth McGowan is still available and Kalen Black, so we'll have the opportunity to look at both of those guys perhaps. Seth runs a 4.4, and he got reliable hands. So I'm liking a little bit of what Seth brings. Kalen Black is not my guy because he is short, Stu Dog. He got elite weight room strength. He lacks breakaway speed, but he got the high football IQ and proven ability as a reliable pass blocker. What the hell? Le'Veon Moss. So it's looking like a guy like a Seth McGowan is where you look to get the pick right now. And this is because we wanted no Chelsea. First of all, I'm 5'10", so short person. Kyle Monungai is the short, stocky running back on the team. The other one should be somewhat of an opposite, so he can be a speed guy and a strider. So that's why Seth McGowan, who's only 6 foot, so he's not towering over him. And Adam Randall is in fact the better guy in terms of height and everything like that. But Seth is 6'1", 223. I think that in this instance, he's going to give us one of the best opportunities. Not to mention, we actually had him in for a visit. And his draft status would indicate that. Like, both of these guys look pretty good. Nick Singleton look pretty nice out there. You 5'12". Hey, 5'10" ain't tall. Nobody, the 6 footers in there who want 6 footers and everything. I'm 5'9" 3/4. I gotta put shoes on to get that 5'10". Tell you the truth, we ain't gonna capture you. Seth McGowan off the board. Let's get him because we BSing. We pump faking, as I say in the world. Now we back to back over here now. So we're gonna get out here and Drew Sheldon off the board at 138. That's the guy we wanted. Everybody want to be like us right now. No, we just leave it. We'll leave it alone out here, guy. And now we looking straight. We strictly looking for people that the Bears brought in for a visit. Renee Conga, that's what we're gonna look for right now. Conga. Conga and Valari. Let's look for Conga and Valari. And quarterback. So all our picks right now are gonna go strictly on who we can identify that the Bears have looked at and have the ability to be drafted. It's just simple for us right now. Yeah, like Dan Valari and all them boys, y'all undrafted free agents damn now. So we got 171 remaining. 190. 197. Oh yeah, we just gonna go through and pick. Yeah, so top of the board here. We're gonna get the best player available. And by that I don't mean yo ass boy. We got so many players out here. Joe Royer, Jaden Kennedy. This is where the minutia gets in, and I don't know too much about what we're looking at. But we're gonna take Nadame Tucker as an edge guy. Ken, how's your day been, man? George Gums, Mikal Kamara. Yeah, I don't have girly eyelashes like me. They always make you think you got something in your eye. Same to you, Stu. 4.40 for a 6'3" guy out here. So he got big playability. Sturdivant. Look at him. Man, I ain't looked at the Cubs, man. The power didn't come on until about 11 o'clock or something like that in the area. Maybe I'm an hour or so off of that, but the day started late, so. I know we're going through these. Let me go ahead and get it because we're gonna get them. Dan Villari, step up. Where you at, Danny? Danny Villari. Danny Villari, you're on my team. They took Joe Royer and Josh Cuevas. So I should have took both of them tight ends. They took a whole bunch of tight ends right there. John Michael Gillenborg. My apologies for whoever got something going on in the background over there. People don't hear they vehicles outside. Boy, somebody ought to be hurt. They ought to be hurt out there for not hearing that all the damn time. So Cole Payton is a quarterback still available right now. Let's look at Cole. Here, a project. We're going to take a quarterback as a project, y'all. Y'all think I'm playing? Watch us. Max Llewellyn on the board. Okay. Oh my God. Hey G. You know they be on it out there like that. I know. Come on, G, huh? I don't know what a toe goat is. Of course I know what a toe goat is, Jack. And on the interest, we're gonna get this moving and grooving because God, I forgot. This is where the trades won't be happening so much, especially when we get into the next 2 streams or so. We'll try to stick to the board a lot more, just in the interest of being as realistic as possible, because I do think they'll make some trades, but I know they won't be to the level of which I did today. But it does give you an opportunity to kind of see the different ways you can mix and match and kind of get some things going that you might need out here. Former high school basketball player right here. Tight end. I take him a little bit. I ain't gonna lie to you. So I got this pick, 2, 3, 4 picks left, I believe. I got 4 picks. Oh, hey, thank you. You don't ever, man. I don't think it. Don't do me like that in the first round right there, especially Stu. And I'm telling you, well, so today we traded back. We traded back from 25 to 31. From 25 to 31, and we got Caden McDaniels in the first round. I'm all about trading back because the level of player that's still available is ever ending. I think you're gonna be able to find a day 1 starter if you stay at 25 or if you trade back. And I'm talking about trade back even into the second round. You're gonna be able to find a starter. I think from 25 to like at least 45, the player status is negligible. And I think it's really going to be basically what's your style, what you like, and how you feel about it. Because I don't really think it's going to be anything different that's going to make them have to really critically overanalyze the position and be like, damn, I don't ever want that. And I'm really taking so much time right now because we got 5 players to get. And I really do want to look into this guy, John Michael Gillenborg. I don't know why he's on my radar right now. As a tight end, because I shouldn't be looking for another tight end. See, George used to be an edge rusher, used to play wide receiver and tight end. See, he's still working on technical refinement right now. So I think we're gonna take a George Gums right now, and then Everything else we'll try to stick to the board for us right now. And we're going to skip past everything right here. And I want to go get somebody that's on the board already for the Bears in terms of who they have brought in for a visit. Renee Conga will come off the board for your boy. And they say Gillenborg might be something like that. I'm gonna take Gillenborg just because I want him. And then let's see what's the last that I can get that the Bears might want. Kona, Markel Bell, Omar Cooper Jr., Chris Bell. Let's see if any of these guys out there. Wide receiver. Jordan Hudson is a DJ Moore type dude. So none of those guys, I don't believe. Seth McGowan, Kalen Black. We got Seth already. We got Yeager. Ethan wasn't there. Jimmy right after us. Caden. Now, last pick, guys. Hell yeah, they did. DJ Campbell. This is going to be our last pick anyway, but I'm just trying to see if we can get anything of value out there. Thaddeus, we might pick you up. Durability concerns is your problem, Thaddeus. So we're going to go get this fast guy out here. J. Michael Sturdivant is going to be our last particular, I believe. And there we go. So here we go, y'all. We got the 31st pick, defensive lineman from Ohio State, T. Miles to Caden McDonald. 60th pick, safety, Louisiana State, or you can call it LSU, AJ Halsey. 3rd pick, edge from Penn State, Danny Dennis Sutton. The 4th pick we got was our cornerback, top 30 visit. 2 of our top 4 were top 30 visits as well, by the way. Julian Neal, cornerback, Arkansas. One of my draft favorites and the draft crush for me, Zane Durant, 4th round pick, defensive lineman out of Penn State. We addressed another top 30 visit, with wide receiver from Ole Miss, the speedster, Mr. Deshaun Stribling. We followed that up with a linebacker need that was one pick after went a guy on the board already that we should have maybe picked up, didn't know. Jimmy would be gone. Caleb Elamzor, TCU. We then started back. Malachi Lawrence, he was available in this one. We could have got him in the second round. We could have traded back more, but this time we tried to stick to the top 30 visit board for the most part. With, especially with the next two picks, with Yeager Burden and Seth McGowan. Both of those guys had top 30 visits with the Bears. So the interior offensive lineman, the center, and the running back both off the board. Drew Sheldon is the left tackle prospect that that's getting some hype in a lot of our mock drafts, and a couple of other guys as far as the draftniks who actually know what they talk about. Nadame Tucker just took a flyer on a small guy from edge rushing school. I'm an edge rusher from a smaller school, I should say. See if he can give us some of those Antonio Brown vibes, Western Michigan, and give us a little fire. Next, we got another top 30 visit with tight end from Syracuse, Dan Villari. Cole Payton. Don't know if they had a top 30 visit with them, but I've heard things about Cole Payton as far as a guy that is looked at by people for prospects for quarterback. Max Llewellyn, another edge from Iowa. Got to keep throwing darts at that edge until it fixes itself on the defensive line. And that coincided with another top 30 visit, I should say, at 239 with defensive tackle out of Louisville, Renee Conga. Before Renee, we did select another edge to throw one more dart again with George Gums Jr., Florida edge. We got a tight end that I've heard a bit about that I know we might not need him, but I think he's a weapon and he might be able to be flipped, if not eventually replace Cole. And John Michael Gyllenhaal, I believe. And last, J. Michael Sturdivant, wide receiver from Florida. Top end speed. We need playmakers. We all about that base. No trouble. We trying to get it out here with the team. Let me know. We got 1, 2, 6. All right, yeah, we got 18 picks in this draft, y'all. We started with 7. We made some shrewd moves. I don't believe we anticipated that much movement. Nonetheless, those are things that have been taken care of. So, if we had to, what would be the draft grade we give each other for the construction of this roster here? I know that we will have, like I said, several opportunities to continue to put these things together. But in this instance, we did want to tie together the best opportunity to see what a top 30 visit could infer for a draft prospect in terms of potential landing ability with a given team. That team happens to be my beloved Bears. Everyone has 30 visits. Look more into those 30 visits to find out exactly what may be the thought process going along with your team when it comes to starting those selections on a Thursday, I believe, April 23rd. T-Miles gave us a B+. I'm always safe with a B+. And I think everybody's draft should get a C until further notice. Meaning it's average. It looks okay. On paper, it's not too disrespectful. And you got your opportunity to change my mind and move up or down. But B+ would be a damn good grade for us to look at on the whole. And I don't think that would be anything that's a slight. I think we got some pretty good players. We got a lot of players we don't know. And we're going to be able to evaluate these and more in the upcoming days.